Make sure I'm recording, which I think I am. Alright, I am. Hello everyone, this is Sam with Turn 1 Magic, and partly through the first pack already, choosing the Fact or Fiction over Garruk, Signet, and Sylvan Caryatid, Polluted Delta. It's a blue card, I like playing blue, it's easy to splash. Signet or Garruk might be better picks, but I'm never too upset taking a Fact or Fiction. Sorry, I kinda got started way earlier than I thought it would, and we'll follow that up with a pretty easy Bribery. Some good cards in this pack. Noble Hierarch's good. Planeswalkers are okay, but nothing I would take over another blue card. Repeal is actually pretty good, and especially if you're playing against like tokens or things that make bigger tokens. Like against that Garruk, this would be okay because you can get rid of that 3/3 that he makes. So yeah, I'll take Bribery though. I think maybe Noble Hierarch might be better as a card in a vacuum, but Bribery is just a sick card against the Noble Hierarch decks that, I'm pretty happy taking it. A quick aside, I've been getting a lot of commentary and feedback on my videos, which is great, and I love it. And please keep on, telling me what you think I should or shouldn't do, which is maybe just change my colors theme completely. Maybe that's something I should definitely do. But if you're going to suggest, like, say, I wouldn't have taken a certain card, like, if you don't think I should take Bribery, suggest another card in the pack and why you would take it instead of just telling me, oh, you're crazy for taking that Bribery, or I would never have taken that card, blah, 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 blah. Alright. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought because this is a tough pack to choose from. Elspeth, I think, is the best card, but Coalition Relic could just be better. I don't think so. I think Elspeth is good enough just to take and maybe just go into blue-white right away. It's just I love Planeswalkers. It's one of the best Planeswalkers, and there are some other good cards in this pack, though. Like, the Baleful Strix is good. I like Acidic Slime. Coalition Relic is pretty great. But, I don't know, I've won a lot of games with Elspeth. I've lost to Elspeth enough to know that any Planeswalker that doesn't ask you to make a tough decision in terms of its loyalty, just whether to make a 1/1 or give your dude evasion flying, is pretty great. But anyways, back to the whole pick thing. It just, it sounds stupid when anyone goes, oh, I wouldn't have taken that, that's dumb, or whatever, it's just like, alright, well, what have you done then? I mean, if you're gonna say I'm dumb, explain why you're smarter than me. I'm not picky, I don't ask a lot, I just ask for just some basic feedback. Not just leaving me high and dry. But that's the last thing I'm gonna say on that for now. And I'm gonna take this Tamiyo and just not play anything that costs 4 or less. No, I hope to. I'm sure if Tamiyo is going this late, I'm sure there are going to be counter spells and future signets and whatnot. I mean, Everflowing Chalice is good. Real Signet's good. I actually like Ashiok quite a bit. I like Steam Vents, but Tamiyo's a pretty great card. It has a pretty relevant ultimate. I don't use the -2 as much as others, but it does work at times. Like, if you combine that with Cryptic Command, you Cryptic them, and then the next turn you -2, and you can draw like a whole bunch of cards. I mean, not just Cryptic Command, obviously, but there are a lot of times the -2 is effective, and the fact that you can tap down a permanent means even if they don't have like a creature, you can still lock them out in some way. I'll take Mana Leak here. Excuse me for swallowing right now. For some reason, my mouth is kind of, I don't know what you'd call that. Not parched, the opposite of that. Moist, I guess. Mana Leak's a good card. It's a counter spell. It's cheap. I like it more than Force Spike because 3 is a lot more than 1. Even though costing 1 is definitely way less than 2, there are more times when your Mana Leak works than Force Spike. Ajani Vengeance is very good, but I don't really want to take a 2-color card when I don't even know if I'm really going to play this Elspeth. If I were to play the Elspeth, I think the Hallowed Spirit Keeper might be okay, but this seems more like an actual control deck than a Hallowed Spirit Keeper deck. He's less good when you're only making 1 spirit. Keep taking good blue cards. This might not be like the best remand deck, but because it's like a cantripping counterspell, it's pretty good. I think when you counter like flashback spells, I think they become exile too, which is nice. I feel pretty good about taking blue cards as well. I think I should always be taking blue cards, but nothing else in here seems like a crazy signal. I mean, the green cards are okay, but I think Survival's kind of overrated, and 5 drops are a dime a dozen. Koth is good, but I'm obviously nowhere near that deck. And then everything else is kind of like whatever. I don't really need any more 4-drops either, so or 5-drops or expensive things. I just kind of want like lower costed spells to fill up my curve. This is an interesting pack. Magma Jet might be better for like a controlling deck, but I think I might want the Revoker or the Scroll Rack. And now it's just a matter of figuring out which one's better. Scroll Rack might be better because I am kind of a controlled deck, and there could be a chance I get a lot of fetches and ways to shuffle my library. I don't know, but Revoker's a pretty good card against a lot of different things that you can do. I don't think I'm gonna miss the Scroll Rack, and I like the Phyrexian Revoker enough to take it here. Nothing really screams at me from this pack. Maybe Mana Tithe. I don't really want to start taking green cards right now. The lands are cool, but other than like the blue half of Breeding Pool, it's like, who cares? And you know, there are times when you just hold open planes and they don't even consider a Mana Tithe, and you just wreck them because they tap out from the spell thinking they're okay, and they're not. I like it better than anything else here too. Goblin Welder. This isn't really a Goblin Welder deck right now. More of like a maybe blue-white control deck. Maybe I'm just playing blue-green because Garruk is that good. And even though I'm not in love with green, I think it's a good color. And you know, when you get past such strong cards such as Garruk, then you're insane to not take them. Even though this seems like a pretty good Tolerant deck, it's unlikely that I would ever include it. He's just so fragile and dies to so much. But Garruk's not fragile. He's a pretty badass dude. Oh, there's nothing here that is really insane. Maybe the Chandra. Maybe I am going like a more red direction. I like it more than the Treetop Village. Though I might actually like the Treetop Village more at this point if green is open like it seems it is. But red seems like it's open too. The Chandra is good. I don't think I'm going to miss the Treetop Village either. There are other man lands, and I kind of like my lands to come play untapped a lot of the time. So yeah, we'll take that and just kind of see where it brings us. Now, I can either take one of these two spells right here, the Acidic Slime or the Searing Spear, or I can maybe like potentially have like a splashable fetch land. I like Acidic Slime enough though that I'm going to take it. And Reclamation Sage is very good in this cube. I'm going to put the red over here for now. Reserve this. Karakas is good too, but everyone is playing an artifact, or at least an artifact, if not a relevant enchantment that you want to destroy, so I'm definitely going to want to be destroying theirs as well. I'm just going to take this Ajani in case I am playing more white than green. Who cares? And last pick, Borderland Marauder. So, I think I'm definitely blue, and I don't know if I'm white or green, because my Elspeth I think is better than all the green cards. I mean, Elspeth plus Mana Tithe, but I have more quality versions of these green cards than I do the other colors. This is not an insane pack by any means. Probably taking Strip Mine and maybe playing it as a spell. I think Garruk Primal Hunter will probably wheel, and I don't know if I even want it, if it does wheel. Kirk Nightmare is good, but I haven't really seen any black in these packs, so I don't know if I want to take it here. And Day Judgment's good if I'm actually playing blue-white, but that's kind of up in the air right now, whereas Strip Mine's going to be good a lot of the time. Even in a control build, like sometimes this will just shut down a deck because they have like a 2-land draw or a 3-land draw, and all their spells cost 3 or more, or 2 or more, and then they just get unlucky. Set-Size Divining Top is good, but I want a more like high impact card, and I can get other Wraths if I am actually playing blue-white. It's most likely that I'm going to be playing blue-green because these 3 green cards are very good, but I'm not going to take the blue-green land there if that's the case. Whereas I'm pretty happy taking this. There's a Glen Elendra Archmage though. Also, there's a Simic Signet. This is a tough pack. Okay, so cards that I will seriously consider would be Sword, Simic Signet, Glen Elendra Archmage, You know, there are many swords, but Archmage is such a unique effect that, like, I think it's just too strong to pass. It stops swords. But if I'm going to be playing, like, creatures, though I do have two ways to destroy swords, so that's, like, relevant. And the Simic Signet just might be better anyways, because it gets me to my 4s. I do have a lot of 4s, but if I'm playing green, then I'm going to be having creature ramp regardless. And I might not be playing green, though, so maybe I shouldn't be taking, like, a Signet right away. I have massive, massive respect for Glenn Alendra, and if you've watched any of my other videos and any of the games where she's hit the board, she's been super, super insane. So, maybe not the best pick, but I certainly don't think it's the worst. I'll stand by it. Muldrifter is good enough here that it's better than taking like a potential Fixer or Maria Angel, which isn't the best. Craterhoof, whatever, those cards. I'm not really seeing a lot of green, but I'm not really seeing a lot of white either. Whereas the blue is coming around, so I think in this pack I'm gonna see a lot of blue because I cut it off so much in the first pack. Flooded Strand. No, I mean I'm not really considering it, but I think Flooded Strand could be a better pick. But the Muldrifter is just absurd. Drawing cards as either a divination or as a 2/2 flyer for 5 is very, very good, and potentially I can do some cool stuff with it. So, yep. And it's not really a 5. It kind of doubles as like a 5 and a 3. So that's worth considering. Alright, so there's Phantasmal Image, which is actually really good with all the stuff I have, and the Glenn Alendra Archmage. And there's also Mirror Battlesphere, which is a very good 7-drop finisher. I think I'm going to take the Phantasmal Image because I have a lot of good things that I can copy already with the 2 Sage-type creatures in Reclamation Sage and Acidic Slime, Muldrifter, Glenn Alendra Archmage. All 4 of those are very good, on top of the fact that there are a lot of good other creatures to copy in the cube as well. It's pretty close, I think, between the Image and the Battlesphere, but if green ends up being the second color over white, I'm gonna be I'll be able to find a bigger creature that I can play. Not the best pack for me. I could play this Tarmogoyf. It's unlikely. I don't really like Tarmogoyf. Could play this Sun Petal Grove. I'm not going to play Mind's Desire because I don't see me ever Mind's Desiring to any certain, good point or whatever. I have plenty of 5s, and I'm not going to want more if I play white, so I don't think I really want the Archangel, and I really don't want the Tarmogoyf either. Maybe I splash for white? Maybe just Sun Petal Grove is better, just in case? Yeah, I think that's okay. Maybe I can play the Johnny Vengeance and just kind of go nuts with that, but that doesn't seem like the best thing to do here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to start taking L's and just go into blue-green. Hopefully get like Upheaval or what have you. All my counters are pretty good in like the 2-color like blue-green deck as well, because I'm not going to always have blue-blue open, but I'll have like probably just at least one blue open when I need it. I think if I was further into white, this would be a really easy Council's Judgment or Supreme Verdict, but it looks like I'm going to be wanting to play some creatures, so do like a little bit of ramping to like my 4s and my 5s and whatnot. So I'll take the Elvish Mystic and follow it up with a Gaia's Cradle is very good, but I think I'm going to want the Elves at this point more than I'm going to want the land that makes a lot of mana. Maybe I main deck the Phyrexian Revoker too. But yeah, I like Llanowar Elves. I like having a decent amount of 1-drops in my green decks, especially blue-green, because having the extra mana open later is very good. There's a slight chance the Gaia's Cradle wheels because I think green is wide open, but I'm not holding my breath. I don't really think it's that likely. Harmonize? It's okay. I can do better for drawing cards in blue, but there is a chance that I do want this Harmonize, and a chance it could be just fine too as a concentrate. Like, it feels bad when you're running Harmonize next to cards like Compulsive Research, or maybe not the fairest comparison, like Ancestral Recall, neither of which I have, but possible that I can get them. But I don't really want Lodestone. I don't have any other artifacts. I can beat Lodestone pretty well, and Harmonize is fine. So the group did wheel, along with the Yavimaya Coast, though. And while the Garruk is very, 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 very good, I don't really need too much high-end stuff, whereas my mana might be a little sketchy, and it's worth taking a point or two of damage just to play your spells. Dark Confident, this is going to be like a sign that black is wide open. Maybe I should have taken that Recurring Nightmare, but not every black deck can play Dark Confident. Like, it's pretty risky running it in like a Reanimation build or a blue-black control build or whatever. So it sucks to pass the Garruk, but I'm pretty happy having a fixer as well. So, wow, Simic Signet wheeled. This is probably wrong. I mean, I almost took it. Sword was probably maybe the better pick in that pack, but I'm pretty happy having a Signet and a Glenelindra out of there. Hymn's good, Brain Maggot's good, so it's worth remembering that they're out there. But I have answers to Brain Maggot. Dahlia isn't the worst against our deck, but it's not. It's pretty solid too. I like Flooded Strand more than I like Life from the Loam. The Life from the Loam is really good with Strip Mine. So maybe that's worth. No, I think having better mana is better than just having like a weird kind of very niche application for Life of the Loam. Though when you can get Life of the Loam and Strip Mine going, it's some matchups just lose considerably. I'm taking green cards over these red cards because whatever. Supreme Verdict. At least I'm not facing it. So I think White might have been kind of open, but I'm fine with what I'm at right now. I'm gonna put the Sun Petal Grove over here. Flood Strand's nice. Passing the Breeding Pool kind of sucks, already knowing that like I'm never gonna be able to get it, but it's fine. This deck seems pretty good. Still a chance that I main deck the Phyrexian Revoker, but unlikely. Wow. So this is an absurd pack. There's Sol Ring, Mana Drain, Black Lotus, on top of Treachery, Finoran Elves, and Daze, plus all the other cards. I think Black Lotus has the highest potential for like blowing games out of the water, but if they answer whatever you play off your Black Lotus, that's kind of sucky. Whereas Sol Ring, you're not like doing it turn 1, but from your turn 2 going forward, you have like almost a Black Lotus effect every turn. Like, by my second turn, I'm going to be able to play Garruk, all these 4s. Turn 3, I play all these 5s. I can play 5s turn 2 if I play Simic Signet off my Sol Ring. Someone's going to get past the Black Lotus and be like, oh, what an idiot. And maybe some people think Black Lotus is the better pick, but right now we're choosing between Gold and Platinum. Either way, you're walking away with a friggin' jewel. And then someone's getting Mana Drain. There's a Karn. This is just great. But I think Sol Ring is just one of the better, if not the best card in a Powered Cube anyway, so it's pretty nice having it. Garruk Relentless is enough better than the fixing that, and I can play it off a turn 1 Sol Ring. Another 4 for me to cast also, and cast off my Simic Signet as well. That it's worth taking here. Having 2 Garruks is kind of awkward, but having 3 Planeswalkers is not. It's nice that he doubles as removal. Pretty easy to cast. I don't think this deck's gonna have like too many issues with its mana, but it's worth noting. And Tropical Island could wheel. It's unlikely, but it could. I like Garruk better than Joraga because it's a pretty unique card. Whereas even though Joraga is a super powerful turn 1 elf, I mean I have other elves, I have other turn 1 plays. Whereas Garruk gives like the green deck like a piece of like creature removal, which is pretty rare, on top of like getting better once you kind of flip it over, because I can go find other creatures along with making Death Touch dudes and then being able to do the other Garruk's kind of like overrun ability later on, which is very nice. I don't believe this is a natural order deck with where we're at right now. I think I'm either taking Primeval Titan Silesia Signet or Misty Rainforest. And I like, with a Strip Mine, I think Primetime is enough better. Maybe I'll wheel the Selesnya Signet after wheeling the Simic Signet. I don't think I'll wheel Misty Rainforest. It's a lot less likely that you wheel fetches because even a deck that doesn't play green or blue, if they have like I don't know, like an Underground Sea and Tundra in their their white, blue, black control build or whatever their Esper control build, Misty Rainforest becomes a pretty good card there. It's not the best example, but or maybe like a white black Misty Rainforest grab with both of those. But I need like an actual finisher instead of fours and fives, and I can play it off all my ramp. And geez, oh man, this pack's great. Wow, I immediately selected Grim Monolith, but there's Crucible of Worlds, which is kind of disgusting with Strip Mine. Avenger is a great finisher. Song of the Dryads is a nice piece of removal. Meloku, Golgari Signet, but I think Grim Monolith is extremely strong, and because I have all these fours and fives and sixes, and I can play it off my Soul Ring, I think it's worth taking it. Being able to ramp that much is quite a bit, and it's not likely, but with Maze Smith too, it's not likely, but I think I might wheel one of these Avenger, Crucible, Golgari, Meloku, Song of the Dryads, or Mazeveth, because someone probably will take the Spheric Vortex, the Thunder Maw, Tombstalker perhaps. Another extremely tough pick. Opposition is cool, especially since I can make tokens, but I think that I don't know how much this deck really wants to just like tap out. And I love Edric. I think he's an amazing card. Turns my elves into things that actually attack. Makes all my Karuk Relentless and Wild Speaker tokens into things that draw me cards. Makes me want to attack. Opposition might be better, but they're both kind of the same in terms of like their application, turning your creatures into like giving them additional abilities. And I think I want Edric's more because I have so many good cards that I want to draw into. I don't know if that's correct or not, but it's the pick I made, so there's that. Yeah, Polukranos is fine. I might not end up playing it, but it's good for what it is. It's kind of removal in itself too, which is actually pretty important, and it can clear the way from other guys to attack through. This deck, maybe no, because having the sword means I don't have the Glenelender Archmage. And I think I want the Glenelender Archmage more in this deck. So, I mean, I was going to say this deck needs a sword, but it just wants a sword. It doesn't need one. I can beat the swords, too. So, yeah, we'll take Polukranos. It's fine. Fine to good. I'm not really considering Search for Tomorrow. I'm just trying to figure out if the Enrique Gusari or Hallowed Fountain are enough better than Wall of Roots, and I don't think so. Wall of Roots stops a lot of different attackers. It's good, big and beefy, so it's hard to remove unless you like waste a kill spell on it, which is not always a waste, but there are times where it certainly is. Like if they do that and then like 2 turns later you're just playing Polukranos, it looks kind of silly when they don't have their Doomblade anymore. Mom would be nice, and so would Search for Nara is okay, but I like having the Wall of Roots, even though it can't attack, which kind of sucks. So opposition would have been better if I knew I was getting Wall of Roots, but can't know everything, can we? So there's that. Oath of Druids is not the card I want, but Wasteland might be. Against certain decks, it's pretty. It's like Strip Mine, which is very good. Having 2 Strip Mines is good, especially since I do have Primeval Titan. Unlikely that I'll main deck it, but I could just run 18 lands and consider Wasteland and Strip Mine both as kind of like combined together as like a spell / land. I think I like this more than the other options I could potentially be taking here. Fyndhorn Elves is very, very, very good, but Savannah might be better here. Nope, that's wrong. Fyndhorn Elves is just better. Daze is okay, and I do like counters that let me tap out, but I'm going to be playing way more forests and islands. And, Fyndhorn Elves seems kind of lame next to Sol Ring, but it's a good card. It's fine. I don't really need Savannah. It helps my mana out a little bit, but I like playing good cards that do good things. Does Disenchant destroy me? I don't think so. Whereas Icecrown Scepter is kind of scary. I really don't want to face that. Even though I think it's a shitty card. Ooh, Misty Rainforest. What a treat. Better than Natural Order? See, if I'm not Natural Order for Primeval Titan, I feel pretty bad. Though I do have a lot of cool things I can... Nah, screw it. It's just too good of a card not to take. Man, alright. Maybe I should have taken that. I like this way better than I like Maze of Ith. Potentially main deckable because I have the Strip Mine and the Fetch. Progenitus. Jesus. Probably not, but if I play against the Show and Tell deck, I'll happily side it in. No way I'm playing Heartbeat, but I'll just take it because it's fine. And yeah, that's a good card. I'm going to pause this for a second and go to the bathroom because I just drank a bunch of coffee before I made this video, so give me... Now, the question becomes, how deep do I want to go into this Natural Order plan? Right now, I have 25 cards that I'm willing to main deck, and I kind of want to play this Wasteland too, even though it's not the best. I really want to do Crucible Strip Mine. That just seems so good. I think I'm going to side out this Harmonize. It's kind of lame. It just seems pretty underwhelming. I'm going to side out one or two more cards as well. Or take it out rather, not side out. So stupid. Solari kind of counts. I could count this as a land, and this kind of seems like 23 and just play 16 lands. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. Now, do I want to play Progenitus off this Natural Order? It seems sick bringing a Progenitus in to play. It seems super awkward when shuffle it into his owner's library. Okay, so I don't really have a way to discard it, which is kind of sucky. So that makes it a lot worse. And Crucible isn't insane with only Flooded Strand and Strip Mine. I kind of do want the Wasteland there as well, in case that's good. So, what would I cut here? Raw Roots makes the Natural Order a lot better, so I can't really consider that. This Polukranos is kind of whatever. It's not the best. It's a good card, and it's another thing I can Natural Order into, though, so I don't know if I really want to cut that. I really just want a Natural Order. I've never done it before, so I just want a Natural Order Progenitus just once. Just let me live a dream, damn it. And also, there's so many like good broken hands I can potentially get with it. You know, I might just like side in the Crucible of Worlds package because when it's like insane, it's really good. But like, I'm certain there will be times where I have Crucible of Worlds and I don't have either the Strip Mine or the Flooded Strand. That seems bad. Though it's like I'm making kind of a lateral switch in terms of like boom or bust potential. Like any opener that has Progenitus in it is almost unkeepable. It's pretty much a six card hand at that point. Teetering Peaks is kind of funny with Primeval Titan, but it also seems very bad to do that. One of these green cards I'd really consider the Sun and Growth, the Pattern of Rebirth, or the Heartbeat. Ooh, but Pattern actually kind of works with Progenitus. So I'm going to take the Crucible out. I'm going to play this Progenitus because screw it. I have a Natural Order. Why wouldn't I? Right? And then I'm going to... Man, if I had Soul Ring, this deck would be a lot better. Pattern of Rebirth is like really hilarious. Though, especially with the Progenitus. Though it seems kind of slow. I could see myself taking out this Polukranos and just siding it in, and then having the Pattern in there instead of it. Because I kind of want to try to make this style of deck work. I think it's less powerful than the Polukranos would be, but when it does work, it seems like it'll be pretty great. Also, if you flip Garruk Restless with the Pattern of Rebirth, that can be kind of good. And it's not always like a flip Garruk Restless means you're way far ahead. Sometimes it just means you killed one of their guys and now you have a lot of other things to deal with. It feels very incorrect, but I think I'm going to side out this Polukranos for the Pattern of Rebirth. Look, there's a dream right here. His name is Progenitus and he's green, which means I can get him with Natural Order. But I don't know if I really want to live that dream. It's just... And Polukranos is another 4 as well. Like, if my ramp is all Soul Ring and Simic Signet, and I have Pattern of Rebirth in my hand as like my 4, it does nothing. But I have 4 creatures, 5, 6 it can attach itself to. It's too bad that it doesn't attach itself to Phantasmal Image before the image dies. Well, Image is friggin' sick with Progenitus too. Yeah, how do I not play the Progenitus at this point? No, it's not. It's a legendary creature. Never mind. Still, I'm kind of decided on this. It seems wrong, but I think I'm just gonna take the Polukranos. No, I can't do that. Maybe one of these counters. They're not insane. They're good, but I might not like really need them. I think I'm gonna take the Mana Leak out because I'll be tapping out a lot. It'll be nice to have one counter for later in the game when I do get a bunch of mana. But in my early turns, I'm almost never going to have 2 mana open unless I have nothing to do, which would suck. So, and even though it loads me up in my 4s, I think it's ultimately fine. Probably bad, but I'm kind of playing. I'm a little tired, so I'm kind of playing a little crazy. Yeah, we'll take the Mana Leak out because it doesn't draw me a card. Even though it's a harder counter, I like the card draw of Remand because I do have things I want to draw into. I have a lot of 4s. It's kind of awkward, but I have some insane ramp for my 2s. Kind of skipping my 3s completely. I don't know how good this deck is. It doesn't seem great. Maybe I should cut one more card for another land. But I have so much ramp. And the Soul Ring is very good. Kind of as a land. Yeah, I think we're going to try it like this, and hopefully I'm not cursing the gods for all these awful openers. And depending on how many... I might not play this Flooded Strand either. I don't think the sifting out of my mana is that relevant right now. Not playing any of these. So I have 3 lands to add from what they suggest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I have 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 13. I have 14 lands to add, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. For 1, 2, 9. 8 and 6 seems okay. Not great. I might want 8, 9, and 5. Because I'm only going to need 1 blue for most of my spells. So what does that give me for blue mana? 5, 6, 7 for 10? I think that's fine. Yeah, we'll go with this. I might need another land, and maybe I should cut, like... I don't know what I would cut, but... We'll just make this work. I think Polukranos is too important, though, to cut. Regardless, let's get on to the matches. I'm sure when we start, it's going to start right up. Yep, okay. I'll come back with round 1 in a second.